Hello. Today we're discussing the use of personal phone calls as an effective reminder system for the James River Church Counseling Department when it comes to reminding our counselees of their upcoming appointments. Recently, our department has noticed a trend of a heightened no-show or late cancellation rate. Right now, that rate is at about 20%. We've discovered one of the reasons for this is our current wait time for a first-time counseling appointment. Right now, it takes on average 2 weeks before we're able to get someone in for an appointment. And what we're discovering is that this leads to counselees forgetting their appointments and coming in either at the wrong times or just failing to show up for their appointment at all. Every time a counselee does not fill their appointment slot, this results in an inefficient use of our resources. Our paid counselees are often able to find things that they need to do during this time, but our volunteer counselors are coming in specifically to meet with counselees. And when they fail to show up for their appointments, this just results in a waste of their time and an inefficient use of the resources we have in them as our counselors. So we're going to look at some of the positives of personal phone calls as a system. One of those being that there's no added cost. Of course, that's going to be excluding labor cost, which we will discuss in a moment. But up front, there's no added cost. In studies, there's also been a higher attendance rate with personal phone calls versus automated calls. Typically, actually, with a personal phone call, studies have shown a 10%, a greater 10% rate in attendance than automated phone calls. This is just going to be in automated phone calls. This doesn't include like SMS texting reminders. Another positive is that it provides a personal touch with the client and the counselee. Clients in studies have actually reported really appreciating what they call the proactive, positive, personal touch with the reminder phone call. Another positive is that if there's a schedule conflict, the appointment can be rescheduled immediately, and this negates time for the client to forget about the need to reschedule the appointment and postpone that far longer than they should. There are some negatives in regard to the personal phone call system, one of those being labor cost. Now, with only one admin for our department, on busy days, often we're not able to get to these reminder phone calls until late in the day. There's also the question of vacation time and special events when we are able to get somebody to cover those reminder phone calls, but often it's much more difficult. Another thing with this is that when time is spent by the admin on reminder phone calls, that's also time taken away from other tasks and responsibilities for the department. Another negative is going to be communication changes. In our current world of SMS and email technology and accessibility for people, phone calls are starting to become a little dated. According to Dr. Peters at Clear Advantage Vision Correction Center, he tells us that people are quickly turning to technology, and appointment card reminders and phone calls are actually becoming a thing of the past. In fact, he calls those old ways of doing business. Without an automated system, it can be very difficult to send those SMS reminder messages that people are used to receiving for their appointments. Another negative is going to be communication challenges. And what I mean by that is that sometimes when a personal phone call is not answered, it does go straight to voicemail. And sometimes that voicemail is not set up or it's full, and so we're unable to leave a message. And that results in not being able to communicate effectively with the client. And then the other thing is that the sooner an appointment is canceled, the quicker it can be filled with a new appointment. Automated systems promote that they allow you to know about your cancellations much more quickly than personal phone calls do. In conclusion, there are both positives and negatives to using personal phone calls as a reminder system. Both should be considered when deciding the best plan for our department's counseling reminder system moving forward.